Hi everyone, welcome back to Dr. Vij Pal's Brain Breeze. In the last episode, we have discussed what, why, where and how of the endemic child sex abuse. In this episode, we'll discuss how to empower our children. Also, irrespective of your status and designation, whether you are a layman, housewife, student or teacher, professional or a businessman, as a citizen, what are your role towards making this world safer for our children? 3 E's for the children. At the very outset, please understand that there are no foolproof ways and means to protect children from child sex abuse. But we can reduce the chances by continuously involving in these 3 E's, that is, educating, empowering, and enabling them. Next, we will see 3 R's. We normally denote 3 R's as reading, writing, and arithmetic. In order to equip our children for a safer life, an additional 3 R's such as recognize, react or refuse, and report are inevitable. The first R is recognize. Children must be able to recognize or sense the deviation, if any, from the behavior of non-persons as well. Train your children to recognize what is good touch and bad touch, or the difference between safe touch and unsafe touch. The second R is refuse and react. Let your child know that their body is their own and nobody has the right except their mother to touch their body and make them feel uncomfortable. Train your children to refuse and react on the spot to any undesirable or uncomfortable words or deeds from others. Psychologists believe that a sudden reaction from the child will reduce the chance of further move from the offender. The third R is report. If your child feels that somebody, known or unknown persons, tried to make them feel uncomfortable with a bad touch, encourage them to report the matter to you without any hesitation. Tell them not to feel guilty as well. The age to start with. During a webinar, one of the parents asked, what is the appropriate age by which we can start teaching our children about this? By the age of 4 or 5, you can start teaching them about their private parts and their personal zone. Some preschools train their children to color the private parts such as mouth, chest, the space between thighs and buttocks in the given picture. Using age-appropriate words and activities are very important. I feel this is going to be very important. Know yourself and make others know that you know these. As an adult, you should know about all these. Equally important is to make your friends and relatives know that you and your children have a fairly good knowledge about these. Whenever an incident reports through media, consider it as an apt opportunity to discuss at your home openly instead of hiding it and skipping it. Please avoid illogical and irrational beliefs. If you're honest enough, you will agree that many of you had bitter experiences in your childhood, but still, most parents believe that such things won't happen to their children. Please avoid such illogical thoughts. Escorting your children wherever they go and solving all the problems by yourself for them like a tiger mom is not a solution. Providing surveillance camera 24/7 is also not at all possible. Empowering them is the only solution. What are our other duties? We can definitely reduce the rate of the endemic by doing the following. we can use a mnemonic voice, empower. 1. Empathetic ear. Lend your patient ear to your child daily for a quality time, by which let them feel that they can talk or open up anything to you. 2. Mistake. As soon as something happens related to the CSA, the first question in everybody's mind will be, whose mistake? Convince your child that any such attempts are not their mistake, but the sole mistake of the offender. P stands for persons. Persons in your child's life. Have a supervision on every person related to your child's life, including caretaker, driver, tuition teacher, music teacher, coach, elder friends, and their activities. O for openness. Instead of parents and teachers secretly worrying and filling fear in the minds of children, open discussions are needed at home and school. This is extremely important for making the child bold and independent. WENR stand for work, educate, and reach out. Each one of you may be a member in one or more clubs, associations, or organizations. It is true that systematic workshops, awareness programs are very less, including in our schools. Accept that, as an educated citizen, it is your bounden duty to arrange at least one workshop in a year in your own organization. I am of the opinion that, unlike in the past, in our primary and high schools, government, aided or unaided, let an educative program by an expert happen every year related to CSA. How to deal a case or a survivor. In case, if there is a victim or survivor, how can you help? 1. Listen them empathetically. 2. Help him or her to remove the guilt feeling by telling that it is the sole mistake of the offender, which is inevitable to keep the mental health intact. 3. Boost the morale of the child by giving the confidence to overcome the problem. 4. Help him or her to make free from habitually thinking about the trauma that causes the stress. How can we do this? Making meaning out of the trauma. The actual happening cannot be undone, however cruel or unfortunate it is. Children cannot delete it from their mind immediately as well. The only practical and psychological way to reduce its intensity is to prepare their mind to make a meaning out of the event or trauma. Let them develop a self-talk such as, the incident will not harm me further, but makes me stronger and bolder only. The incident will not harm me further, but makes me stronger and bolder only. I'm sure that you all are aware that there are some NGOs and governmental setup to reach out to every child in need of care and protection. Childline, with a 24-hour toll-free phone outreach service, that is 1098, functions in all districts in India. Child Welfare Committee and Child Rights Commission are having all legal powers to take actions against the offenders. In the description of this video, I am sharing a link of a cartoon film titled KOMAL, produced by National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. It's a very useful one and indeed a must-watch film for parents and children. Let me conclude by these words. If you're able to care your own children, it's normal. If you're able to take care of others' children, it's a sign of your social commitment. Let's all take care of our children as well as others' children, because it's our collective responsibility to create a safer world for our children. Let's talk and talk about CSA and spread the message to all to end this endemic. Thank you for watching.